Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a very special video. I am doing a rat shed reveal unboxing. What are these videos called? Shit! A tour. I am doing a tour of my update of my rat shed.
What do you think?
It's so preppy in here.
You are guys gonna see what's on the outside of my rat shed, what's on the inside of my rat shed, kind of how I run my rats. That's what I kind of do for my rats. I know I'm not like the typical person you would probably think when they're like, oh, a rat breeder.
What in the fuck is you? Welcome to Earth. Welcome.
It ain't me. But yeah, these are the doors to my rat shed. Let's start with the inside and then we can talk about the outside and go from there. Okay, let's get in. So this is the entrance of my rat shed. This is what my rat shed looks like. Alright guys, so we are actually in the rat shed. Sorry for the noise. There is the quiet cool on right now. The last like 2 to 3 weeks. I kind of noticed it not turning on, so I thought it was broken. So I'm kind of glad to hear it turn on, see it turn on. That does prove the point that it is temperature regulated. I am, again, sorry for the background noise. It should turn off eventually throughout the video. If it's on throughout the entire video, oh well.
You all ready for another daily sound effect? Here we go, another beatbox.
I'm actually going to start on the left side of my rat facility. This is basically where you'll see the bulk of my breeding project. I do have 3 full rat racks full of rats. They each have 5 tubs of these cement mixing tubs. They are the smaller size cement mixing tubs. I used to start breeding rats out of the tote bed kind of tubs. My dad would sit there and drill holes for me so I can put water and shit. It was a lot of work. They were really hard to clean, and the worst part was I kind of felt like I always had to have another set of tote bins as soon as like the 5th day hit, because back then I was breeding everything in my personal like bedroom, and it would get musky in there. It would get real musky.
Hello everyone. So today I'm doing a room tour. Yeah.
So let's cover food. For food, I use Missouri 6F. It seems to be the most reliable. I've never had any problems with fertility, cancer, excessive mutations coming in.
Hello everybody. You know, this is a more sad video, but I've known since I started this channel that one day I was going to have to make it. I'm announcing my retirement.
While using 6F, I have tried to use other feeds to supplement. When I first started breeding rats, I was feeding them solely like, I'm talking about vegetables, lettuce, all types of vegetables. Constantly. It was a lot of work and their shit was runny.
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket.
So this is how my rat racks work. It is a 1/2 inch wire on top. I used to use a 1/4 inch wire on the back and then a 1/2 inch wire on the front. It's too much work. Now I've transferred over to these tubs. I've also got a new builder who builds my racks now. He does this full mesh of the one half, and I kind of like it because I can really jam pack them with food.
I mean, I kind of have OCD.
You mean obesity?
So as you can see, guys, I cleaned them yesterday. So let's keep that in mind. I cleaned them yesterday, and this is how they look.
Corporate called, you're fired.
Oh dear.
So if you guys want a fully clean, like, showed rack, I would have to film this video on a Monday, because that's when I cleaned. Today is a Tuesday. Hold on, let me prove it to you. Today's a Tuesday.
Someone please help me.
And they already have poop because what? They're animals. But as you can see, I'm having healthy babies. And I do really want to say this is from Missouri 6F. It has seemed to be the best food for these babies. This is the food to go. This is how I keep it. I literally just keep it in a big old trash can. Get a shoebox container lid. And as you can see, I used to use this for dubia roaches or transporting some type of animal. Put it right here. If you especially have wooden racks and you don't have the luxury of like the metal racks that come with the extended lip right here. And I use a like cat litter scooper, right? Because I don't want a bunch of dust going into my rats' faces or eyes. And then this is simply all I do. You know, it all stays in their tray. It stays right here. They will eat this. This probably goes down. I'm feeding my rats every 3 days. I'm refilling. As you can see, some colonies, it takes a lot quicker. Some take a lot longer. So this is how I do my watering system. As we can see,
Cody is blind and autistic.
These are my 12 quart. I do want to believe these are 5 gallon. This is not 5 gallons. I couldn't believe if this was 5. I can literally do the math conversion, but I'm a lazy pig.
Wendy Williams is a fat whale. Wendy Williams is a fat whale.
These are what I use. I use these clear containers because it's so fucking easy to see the water. It is always there. It is always right in front of you. You can always see when there's water.
You probably need some tea. You want some herbal tea?
Fuck no, bitch.
I also use clear lines. I don't understand the breeders that use black lines. Why are we using lines we can't see the physical water through? Do you know how many times it has saved me to pull this back and look at, I can see water going through here. It is a clear line.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be used against you in a court of law.
So this is how I run my food. This is how I run my racks. I run very, I guess, healthy quantities. I have a lot of genetic diversity. So yeah, sometimes it's about 5 to 6 females. And then I have a rotating male. And if you're like, Dakota, why is there so many females in your enclosures? Like, it's jam-packed inside. You have another one right here. I'm getting in the works of putting the females in here. What I really have to do is sort through old and young females. I'm noticing now that my production's swaying one way of the rack towards the other, because I feel like as I get new females for breeders, I start putting them over here. All the older ones start pushing over here, so then I start seeing, you know, high quantities from this side and then nothing over here, and that's when I get my maternity racks, and they help take care of some of the babies that, you know, the younger females are producing.
Stay in the box. No! Stay in the box. No! Get out of my skin!
Alright guys, let's talk about why I'm using this big old rack. These are the large cement mixing tubs. Right now this rack is 100% empty. There's nothing in here. When I'm using this to sort out rats, it's very convenient to have small, medium, and larges and a whole different like enclosures and everything. So as you can see, they're very large enclosures. I would not, and look at, they're dirty because they're rats. I would not recommend you using this size enclosure.
I don't want nobody to go through what I go through. I cry. I cry. I cry.
This size enclosure for something that's small and under, I have found that the smalls just can't reach the top no matter how much bedding you put in. It just seems like it's just too short. It's too much of a struggle to get water. Right now, since I have moved in here, it seems like my collection has really taken a pivot downwards because it seems like everything needed a minute to reset itself, you know?
This is my room. This is where I fuck out all day long. This is what I do. I get on the bed and I fuck.
But yeah, now that it's back, it seems like I'm in full swing. look at these. Look at these guys need to be weaned. So these guys will be weaned tomorrow. He's probably just at 30 grams, 32 grams. Look how cute he is. Look at all these little babies. Now, a thing you really want to look out for is this. I don't see it much now that my rats are in the shed and it's temperature regulated a lot better. But back when my rats were inside, it seems like it would get too hot in my reptile room, and it would cause a lot of discomfort, so it would have a lot of this biting. The way you can combat this is with chicken wire. You can put a strip right here that they can't bite through. Now, how I secure it, I don't know. That's my dad's question.
What the hell? Get out! You! Go! You know my son! Go! Don't come back!
I'm still combating mites. I did at one point seem to have gotten rid of the mites.
I was just given a pill to get rid of these scabies all over me. It was nice knowing you, friends.
With a food grade chlorine. But now that I moved back in here, I think mites had jumped down from the outside onto the rats, and now their ears are starting to look chewed up again. So as you can see, I've started to respray that chlorine on them. Look at these guys are very healthy. So this is my Dumbo collection. Well, sort of Dumbo. I thought this was my Dumbo collection.
It's a giraffe!
Look at this male, Siamese. And babies. Babies everywhere. Everyone's having babies, which is such a good sign, such a nice feeling. I am producing about 200 pinkies a week.
It's every farmer's living nightmare.
Now let's talk about these. These are where I keep all of my mice. Point blank period. They're just I'm actually gonna gatekeep where I keep these because they're so hard to get. So if you find them, good for you, but I'm not fucking promoting it. Sorry, guys.
I'm a gatekeeper. Yes, I do I'm gatekeep everything because you ruin the fucking vibe, and I've seen you do it before, and it's infuriating.
Let's talk about my Repti chip. I love Repti chip. I love Repti chip. Let's talk about this. I love Repti chip.
Gooby Gibber Flibber Womp, Smeckle Tickle Zippy Zap, Gawunga Bawunga Vawigga Womp.
Premium cocoa substrate right here, I will say does have the tendency to mold, but my Repti chip's never in the enclosure long enough for when it does mold. I think if you're letting it mold, it's too humid, like it's overly humid in your enclosures, and your snakes probably have scale rot.
You're disgusting. How am I disgusting? I'm not disgusting.
Other than that, I fucking love Repti chip. As you can see, this is 3 Repti chips wide, thick, and 4 across, so I fucking love Repti chip with all my heart. I have others in other places. This is just all I could fit in this little, like, convenient little picking. From when I do start getting fully back into the swing of things. As we can see, I constantly have my mask. I do struggle with asthma. I do struggle with asthma, so I do need masks to be in here. I do struggle with asthma, so I do need a mask to be in here. Look at my 2 inhalers.
My disappointment is immeasurable. And my day is ruined.
No, so mask, gloves, convenient place to just grab and go. This is actually the hole of where my AC goes.
The only thing this is gonna work for is a glory hole. A glory hole? What's that?
In the summertime, it's constantly on, keeping this room at a nice 72 degrees. For now that it's cold, I am running just an air purifier. Constantly has the room cold, not cold, but a nice, like, I would probably say, let's check the degrees. Yeah, it's like 71 degrees, 72 degrees in here. This is my quiet cool. Now if you're like, what the fuck? Why does it look like a fucking hole in the wall? Because that's what it is. Because it was fucking expensive, okay? This room is insulated. This room is drywalled. This room is made with a lot of love and by fucking hand. So it is what it is. I don't know what you want from me.
Oh, say one word. It could be God is good. I'm going to block your ass. Don't talk to me. I don't know you.
Yeah, so this is my big window. This is the biggest window I own other than these two and other than my body. This is the biggest window.
What the fuck? Like, this not, yes, that wasn't even funny. Like, that was lame as shit.
This is my desk area. It is a kind of automatic standing raising desk. So I can lift it up or I can put it down.
Give me crack corn and I don't care. Give me crack corn and I don't care.
It makes my life so convenient when I have to put things up and down and all around and shit like that.
This is not a banger. This is not a banger. And I know bangers. I know bangers.
I do have my extra mice water. These, let's get into this. So these are my food savers. These are how I vacuum seal my rats. So I have 3 because most of the time it takes a few minutes for them to fully vacuum seal. So I run 3 at a time. This is my scale where I weigh in grams what is what. There is an actual weight chart for what rat sizes are, right? So when I'm giving you my rat sizes, it's because they fit in certain gram scales. And that's why they're all different sizes. And I would say it's a small. Because a small technically fits between 46 and 79. And it's a small. You know? This is probably my favorite part of my rat room. I have my Mickey clock. So this is my freezer. As you can see, it's Hamilton Beach.
Hello, my name is Ben. I'm at the beach. I'm at the beach.
So this is my miscellaneous drawer, and you're like, what do you have miscellaneous frozen? Human fingers, human heads. No, so this is gonna be, look, this was, do you guys remember that egg cutting? This was that super black pastel albino. So super kinked out, never swallowed that yolk. Look at that kink in that neck. You know, miscellaneous, I have a few mice in here. So then, we won't talk that, I've been sold out for weeks. This isn't upsetting. These 2 drawers are upsetting, so let's talk about it. My large and jumbo drawers have been empty for weeks now because I didn't know how popular large and jumbos were, and I guess I charge a pretty fair amount because people from all over the valley come and buy my large and jumbos out.
Anchovies. Why? Anchovies!
My pre-freeze rack. Let's talk about a rack for pre-freezing. If you vacuum seal rats in anything that literally squeezes them, you cannot do them right after you euthanize them. So here is my gas chamber, right? This is my CO2 tank. This is my gas chamber. It is just a normal tub with weather strips to keep all that CO2 in. It has a place to let out the oxygen. Right, so I kill them, I euthanize them.
Let's just say the devil made me do it.
I do 50 rats in about 2 minutes, about 1.5 minutes. Then I come over here and I lay a paper towel down and I put them all in a nice pretty little formation and I put them to pre-freeze. Now pre-freeze is a 24-hour process where they are just sitting in here freezing, getting hard. So when I do vacuum seal them, they don't. What, everyone? What does everybody hate when you buy rats? I want to see if I have any. Okay, here we go. Here's an example. Of course, you're going to have a little bit of blood. These are even pre-frozen rats. They still bleed a little bit. I can't tell you why. Someone bring fucking Dr. Pole on here. Is he still alive? Is Dr. Pole still alive? Because let's talk about that. That man raised me.
A big mouth poses a big problem. Food falls right out.
She's laying down on you.
As you can see, not everyone's perfect. This number is old, so if you try to call it, you will get nowhere. This is kind of how my rats look when they're packaged. It says Alliance, Reptiles, and Rodents. It tells you the size, the quantity. We're gonna text this number. This number's old. These are my rats now. So yeah, this is my freezer full of rats. And this is what I sell. And this is how I keep it. This is my rat room. This is the bulk of my rat room. As you can see, of course, I'm like constantly playing limbo with this trash can. For the floors, first of all, let's talk about how Bob the Builder I am. Can we talk about that?
Like, if I told you I was a wizard, would you just believe me? Guess what? I'm a wizard. Today I became a wizard. So what are you gonna do?
I am so fucking Bob the Builder that I built this shed.
You're a fucking liar! That's a lie!
Okay, I didn't physically build the shed. Like, we leveled the fucking land. We laid the land. We laid that bitch. We laid the land. I was out here picking, mining, digging, scratching around. I learned how to lay floor. Now, if you first looked at my room and you mentioned to yourself, nice floor, a queer did it. You know, we're helpful at times.
Like, I can't believe it. Like, oh my God.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about why the fact that you could see every screw, the holes to the drywall. Why didn't we mud the room? Why didn't we paint it? So just because you guys are seeing this video in December, we started building my rat shed in the middle of the swelling heat in California. Like, I mean, it was 112 some days and we're out here. We couldn't start working on the backyard sometimes till like 5 p.m. because it's just how hot it was constantly. So the rat shed has been done for a while. What I was really waiting on is for us to refine it to where it is at now, because I'm really happy to show it off to you guys. I mean, look at it. I'm 19 years old, y'all. What are you doing? What are you doing with your rats? I'm so much better than you. I'm a 10-year-old too. Now, I am going to talk to you guys about some tips and tricks, what I use outside of the shed. Because there are a few things that I keep outside, so we'll show those off. Alright guys, so we are outside. This is the part of the shed that doesn't have the windows, so let me show you a picture. This is where I do most of the bin cleaning and exchanging. This is where I'm going to put my pine pellet, and I keep my clean bins here, so let me actually show off what I'm talking about. These are the bins I'm talking about. So if we look actually in here, this is gonna be all my shavings. And if you're looking like, how is this protected from the elements? Girl, look at the lid. Also, what elements? We're in California. I haven't seen an element in fucking 3 years. This is where I keep the shavings, you know. Every cleaning we run well. This will probably fill up like 5 tubs, and then I have to restock. In here we go. This is where I keep all the pine pellets. So this is where I throw a little layer of this. So I'm gonna throw a little layer of this on the very bottom, and then the rest of the comfy bedding for them. That really helps with the smell. And then in here, I do keep this as a little storage container, but you can see I have extra mice lids and shit like that. But I also have a whole stack of clean tubs. Oh, I almost fell. These are tubs ready to use for next week. We will have to clean more to, you know, suffice how many rats I have. Here are bins. This is how I sort my dubia roaches. This is not one of my bins. I think my dad just threw this in here out of desperation. He was probably getting yelled at by my mom to clean up.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead.
But like these blue bins, and that white bin's not even mine either, but these blue bins are my sorters for the dubia roaches. As you can see, I keep scissors everywhere.
I want a car, and a fire extinguisher, and a gun.
But yeah, now let's go on to the other part of my shed. Alright guys, so this is the other side of my shed. That right there is the AC window vent, so you just get an idea of where we're at now. This is where I keep all my tools, so let's open her up. This is This is the pipe for my AC, so in the summer times it gets hot, I run my AC. I have 2 different sizes of transport containers when I do very, very large orders. Even like my blue tongue skink will go in one of these big old enclosures when she needs to go to the vet. Sometimes she was wild caught. The guy did preface that. I didn't understand fully what I was getting into when I was younger. I think I was just bought her out of excitement. A lot of trials and tribulations. Let's talk about that. Wheelbarrow. Let's talk about why you need a wheelbarrow. You don't. This is my dad's. He put it in here.
My shoes!
Gas mask. Like I have stated before, I wear a mask. I also wear a gas mask. When I'm cleaning, first of all, let's talk about a full face gas mask.
I feel badass. Do you feel badass when you're cleaning rats?
Okay, but you don't get the fucking vision. Sorry.
This has saved my eyes, my mouth, my nose from the amount of times I'm pulling a rat, that sounds bad, but literally pulling a rat to transfer them into another enclosure.
When I catch you, so help me God, I'm gonna give you 4.5 years worth of shit that you've been giving me, bitch.
They run, guys. You have to grab them by the tail. They're rats. People shoot them with guns. They kick bedding and poop and feces all in your face. Gas mask. Like I stated, I have asthma, so even without the filters, it does 10 times better than me rock dogging that bitch. Remember when I told you I had a problem? I love Reptichip, like with my entire heart. Reptichip, if you want to sponsor me.
Y'all go to my website. Y'all go try to help me get out of my situation. I need y'all to buy my shirts, buy my coffee mugs, buy all my stuff.
The other portion of my shed is dirty enclosures, so our scrub days for bins is Sunday, our swap days are Monday, and then my rat delivery days are Tuesday. But as you can see down here, I highly recommend always having extra sets of cement mixing tubs, because the amount of times I've been so goddamn tired cleaning the rats and all I have to do is just fill them up and exchange them is a heaven sent. Because back in the day, I used to have to put the rats in a like a temporary hold enclosure, and I would only be able to do 3 colonies at a time. So basically each layer. So I'd have to run upstairs and downstairs 5 times per layer, right? Because there's 5 layers. To do just simple like cleaning of the rats. So I would go up and down, up and down. I highly recommend having extra sets. I have 3 extra sets, so I always have 1 in production, usually 1 clean, and then 1 or 2 sets dirty. I think I have 2 sets dirty right now. A scrubber brush, guys. If you guys are sitting at a sink scrubbing tubs, because I do know there's some breeders that do it that way, more power to you. But the amount of times I sit on the grass and just do this, I feel like Mary Poppins. I don't think that looks right on camera at all. But a scrubber brush, you need. I have multiple, as you can see. Yeah, an extra bale of hay. That's this big old white, and it's not even hay, it's pine shavings. So that would be from Tractor Supply. Usually I have the bins kind of tilted, those black cement mixing tubs tilted this way, and I have a lot more. We're just getting towards the beginning of the month, which usually means I buy by now, so it's getting that time to shop. My Dawn dish soap is hiding, but I do recommend, if you're gonna wash your tubs, put a little bit of Dawn dish soap and scrub them, bitch. Get a good fucking scrub in there, right? Because what's the point in just hitting them with water? That's not clean. Get a scrub, get a Clorox wipe, really get it going. The rat, this is the bigger outside rat shed. So technically I have like 2 rat sheds and then like another like storage facility for my rats.
Hey, my hair? Sorry, I have a bad cold.
Hey y'all, it's nighttime. I wanted to show off, I don't know what I'm doing actually, hold on. I'm congested, hold on.
It's not catching though.
We're recording right now.
Oh, you're recording? Oh, that's too bad. I didn't even realize that was a camera. Yeah. Sorry about that.
So, welcome back. It's nighttime. I wanted to show you guys my rat room at night. So right now, the lighting that we're looking at is my LED like setup. This is like the soft lighting. I do have a really high. Someone's high.
How are you today? You can back up a little bit.
Just got this light installed because my LEDs, like half of the strips, took a shit. And it's no other person's fault but my own. Yeah, so I really wanted to quick show you guys just like the vibe. I don't know what I'm showing off here.
Hey guys, it is so nice to have a clean closet to piss in. You know, my room is getting clean by the minute. So let's go. This is what innovation is like. I hope everybody agrees.
But I did wanted to like do a little pem around, show you guys what it looks like at night. Cause I do spend a lot of time in here, a lot more time than I would like to admit. Yeah, I mean, look at y'all. Now I'm technically at a really low production rate right now. Like my dad's gobsmacked. He's asked me 12 times this month what's my production rate. I'm at a really low production rate though since summertime. I don't predict like this big old rack right here or even this rack will be filled with rats until probably, I'm thinking, April 2024. What I am planning on using this rack for is I do want to start doing the task of heirloom breeding. I used to do heirloom breeding, but then I went away to college and my dad took over like taking care of all the rats and everything, and that man did not give a fuck. He just said that like, well, they'll figure it out, and he didn't even like try. Yeah, it was a mess for a really long time. It's taken me a really long time to get them back to where they're at. Like, look at this hairless one. Oh, I love hairless rats, y'all. His name's Balls. I'm keeping him. Balls 2.0. I used to have a rat, Balls. He lived 3 years. Yeah, he passed away. Now I found a new hairless little guy, and he's just a little guy. But yeah, this is it. This is what I do for rats. This is a really big portion of my company. This is probably my most passive income. Yeah, when snakes aren't breeding, like right now is my off season. I just started breeding. You guys will see a 2024 video January 1st, 2nd, 3rd maybe. I'm not promising anything, but I'm definitely planning on filming pretty soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for checking out my rat room. See you next time.